Welcome back to another episode of the Sistah Talk. I am your sister, Miss Beatty, and this is my sister,
Gold Chain Diva.
And we're just two
sisters
with a lot to talk about.
And we always got a lot to talk about.
We really do, y'all. We really do. I feel like it's been a little bit.
It's been a minute
Since we
had a traditional episode.
Yeah. Because we've been doing a lot.
We've been doing a lot.
Look,
we ate the chamoy pickles.
Ooh, we had to recover from that.
We definitely had to recover from that because the 30s been 30ing. You know how that goes.
Don't remind me of the 30s.
We was recovering from that. We did the Goodwill Challenge.
Yes.
By the way, if you have not seen that video, go watch it.
Yes,
give it some likes, give it some comments. Let us know which sister you think had the better outfit.
Yes.
But we just been outside. We went on a hike one time.
Yes, we did.
We did go on a hike.
That was very, very, how can I say this? I was one with nature that day. Definitely sore a couple hours after. But I had a lot of fun. It was very nice to just be outside and literally not have any service.
Yeah, because we literally did not have no service till we got to the top.
Yes.
And barely at the top.
Yes. Got to the top and it was just like so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I really could have sat there all day if that damn rock wasn't so cold on my butt.
Or pointy in places
I had the perfect rock. So.
It was pointy in places.
But listen, we had an amazing time. Like I love spending time in nature like that. Like I was telling Paige, I said, well, we could definitely go again before it gets super cold. Like because I feel like we still got some warm days.
Yeah.
Warm-ish days.
Yeah. It's been a little cold.
Because when we went, it was like 30s.
Cold.
I think I was layered up.
Okay.
I was layered up. I had on 2 pairs of pants.
Yeah, I only had like one.
Exactly.
My top body part was warm, but I don't like the cold. I'm a summer baby. I'm not a winter baby.
I'm a summer baby too.
I'm not here for this winter. I'm ready for it to come and I'm ready for it to go.
I feel you. Well, besides our escapades, what's been going on besides that? Any news to share with the people or?
Honestly, I'm just preparing. And I know it's kind of a little bit soon to be talking about this. I mean, we are in December.
Technically December 1 is December 1.
Yeah.
And time been flying.
Time has been flying.
Listen, you're going to blink your eyes. You're going to be in 2024.
Yeah, I'm just kind of ready to go into 2024 with being a homeowner and just seeing what 2024 has for me. What about you, sis?
I can't say I'm necessarily ready for 2024, but I don't have no choice but to get ready.
Yeah,
because it's going to come regardless.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
So, for me personally, I definitely have been learning a lot about myself and just coming to certain realizations in regards to time.
Yeah.
Because time is winding down constantly.
It is.
And so I feel like I'm in a good place to start the next year. But I still don't know yet what my focus for next year is going to be. Okay. Like, I don't know. I still feel like my story is just being written. Like, right now, I'm shooting in the dark. I'm just shooting in the dark and just faking it till I make it at this point, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well,
I do feel like 2024 is going to be a good year, though.
Yeah.
Because I learned a lot in 2023. 2023 was a bit.
Yeah. 2020, yeah. It went fast. It was up and down and up and down. A lot going on, you know. I feel like summer came. We went to Charlotte. We came back from Charlotte. You had a fun-fulfilled summer of every day you were busy. And now we're here.
Yeah.
December 1st.
Listen, fun-fulfilled. Not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time to
spill the tea. Let's spill the
listen,
tea.
Hold on. I did like this.
Yeah, listen.
Spill the tea. Call me.
Yeah, please listen. I'm spilling the tea.
Call me, beat me. If you want to reach me.
So let's spill the tea, y'all. First on our spill the tea list is going to be Miss Keke Palmer and Darius. I'm gonna say it like that, Darius.
I mean, do we even need to give him a name at this point? At this point, do he even deserve it?
He really doesn't. But Mr. Darius, the last time we talked about Mr. Darius and Keke Palmer was when she...
The Usher situation.
was getting...
When he was being a hater.
when she was getting twirled around by Usher.
By a real nigga.
So, with that being said, we already knew Darius was a little bit cray-cray.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
If we didn't know he was crazy, we at least knew he was controlling.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it definitely was a huge. I think that was the first red flag.
Yeah.
To the public that we saw.
Absolutely.
That hold on, this nigga is a little crazy.
Something's a little off with him.
Little off.
So Mr. Darius decided to show up at Kiki's house unannounced. Wasn't supposed to be there. It got caught on camera, on her security camera, and he threw her over the couch. He was yelling at her. He was saying profanity in front of, their son. Just being abusive. Just upset because honestly, let's be honest, she doesn't want to be with them anymore. And come to find out, after doing a little bit of research in the situation, she's been having issues with him. Domestic violence issues. I mean, just issues that it makes you wonder, like, Kiki, why did you put up with it for as long as you did? At least 2 years.
I mean, it definitely, I don't think I question more so why did you put up with it for so long, more so than, I know she considers her son to be a blessing, but why would you get pregnant to him?
Yeah.
Because now you're tied to this nigga.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we women.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask why she stayed for as long as she did, because love is a terrible drug.
And I understand that. I guess I'm just more concerned with when you're physically going, when you see signs. And she said he had been abusing her for 2 years. Whether it was physical, whether it was emotional, he was doing all of it. Love bombing, and we've heard that plenty of times on our, like, making her feel special and then going cold. You know what I mean? So you have all these signs of things that he was doing, and like you said, she still chose to have a kid with him.
As a woman, I'm going to say it again, we got a lot of female viewers, so I know they're going to understand where I'm coming from. We put up with a lot of stuff that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because love makes us do things that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
And so I believe that if she stayed as long as she did, I believe it's probably because she loved that man. Like I don't know. Yeah, the warning signs were there, but like he must have had a hold on her.
And the D couldn't have been enough. Listen,
I don't know, because he put a baby up in that joint.
I know. I mean, it's kind of funny because she was talking to Steve Harvey on a Steve Harvey show, and
this was some years ago. This was talking about.
Yeah, this was some years ago, and she's just like, like, Steve, I need you to find me a man.
And Steve told her what to look for then.
Right.
And she ain't listening.
She ain't listening.
Kiki, get yourself together, girl.
Please,
get yourself together. Now, I will say, despite all the foolishness that's going on in her life, that's on the media, sis has been booked and busy though.
Yeah.
And looking good as ever.
And listen, because of her blessings happening to her, this nigga is the devil. He's the devil. It's the devil trying to pull her down. So hopefully, now that she has a restraining order on him, he can't come near her or the son. And hopefully, I'm not sure if I know she was taking him to court, because of the son. She wanted full custody. Hopefully, she gets granted full custody of her son.
Well, I mean, they definitely got that recording, because I know you heard the recording going around of her, Kiki's mom, going back and forth with him. Oh, listen, she was going off on that man. And so I believe that she has enough evidence for them to rule in her favor to say, hey, we grant you full custody. Or at least if they do, I don't know, they're gonna do something with he's gonna be heavily monitored, put it like that. And it's several stories going around, like, about his brother, because we talked about his brother being drove from Insecure.
Yes.
And so they were basically talking about how, like, allegedly he had agreed with Kiki, like, basically saying like was on her side, like, this nigga is crazy, like, vouching. Now, I can't confirm whether that's true or not, but, like, the proof was in the pudding if that's the case. Like, So I don't know. Hopefully Kiki definitely makes it out with a good outcome, and I believe that she will. I mean, come on, that was freaking Kiki Palmer.
Right? Exactly.
Freaking Kiki Palmer. I mean, like to be able to wear that smile and not skip a beat.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have known nothing was going on if it didn't just become public record and get put out there for her. She ain't skipped no beats.
No, she didn't.
Because the situation was still going on when the Usher situation went on, and she still was outside.
Listen,
so he couldn't have put too much fear in her.
Yeah, nah.
Not too much.
She knew what was coming, I think. Let me enjoy why.
Listen, I know we didn't discuss. I feel like we didn't discuss what I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
But it came to my mind with us talking about Keke Palmer.
Okay.
Because this is also another couple that you and I love, and we talked about this couple before.
I think I already know who we were going to talk about.
Tiana Taylor and Amon Shepard.
Yeah.
Like we did tell them about the divorce and everything.
Yeah.
But it did come out that Tiana Taylor said that Amon Shepard had a little bitch ass to him too. Where she had to dole her light and dumb her light down because he was insecure about her star power. And that's what played a part in their downfall.
Why am I not surprised though?
I am.
Like, I'm not surprised. And you want to know why I'm not surprised? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what type of... A man is always going to have an ego.
For sure.
Always going to have an ego. They are. They feel like the world don't go around if they ain't in it.
But I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. The reason why I don't understand is because in my mind, yeah, she's Tiana Taylor, but he's Iman Shumpert. Like, not just a basketball player.
No, he won the Dancing with the Stars. Yes, he did that. But
and he's an amazing rapper on top of that.
Yes, but it still doesn't compare to Tiana Taylor.
I mean, I get it. He's probably not as recognizable in certain rooms.
Right.
But I feel like, okay, maybe you're not recognizable in her room, the room that's currently honoring her. But what if y'all go to an event that's more so your speed and your crowd? Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
You should be okay with the star power that you have and the recognition that you get.
But I'm not gonna lie. If we were somewhere where we seen the both of them, who would you say?
Both of them.
No, I'm not gonna
be like, Listen,
I'm not gonna lie.
What we say? A fly on the wall.
Yes, we did say that.
A fly on the wall. They are a duo. They are a package deal.
I get that, but I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't pay him as much attention as I would to her.
I got 3 words. Wake up, love. These shits don't come from me. Please wait. Listen, I like that song, but I'm not gonna lie. I would be more excited to see her. That is just me being honest. Alright, if I'm being realistic with myself, I would be more excited to see her too.
Yeah.
However, it's Iman Shumpert.
It's Tiana Taylor. Like, that bitch is bad.
But I don't get it. I don't get it. I just feel like he is who he is in his own right, and she is who she is in her own right, and he should be okay with not being in the spotlight sometimes. And it just is what it is. And he shouldn't have taken it personal, because if you know anything about red carpets, when people who are not supposed to be in the picture are in the picture, they don't give a damn if it's your mother. They're going to tell her, oh, we just want Tiana. They go like, so that's you ego tripping at that point.
Yeah.
Like, get yourself together, sir. It was never that serious, and you lost a gem.
Listen, these basketball players been a little bit soft.
They've been wilding.
They've been a little bit soft.
Because D-Wade been wilding. Because you know him and Gabby is going to... Listen, I know we ain't planning to talk about this, but Black Love is failing at the moment. Every couple that we was like, oh, Black Love is failing. We was not idolizing the right couples.
No.
LL Cool J and his wife still together.
Yeah, and they
LeBron James and his wife are still together. Denzel Washington and his wife still together. Morris Chestnut and his wife is still together. Like, we need to be idolizing, or not idolizing, but praising other couples.
That's the OG Black Love.
It is, but that's what we need. We need to bring back OG Black Love.
Chivalry is not dead. Let's bring back the old shit.
The OGs. But it's a lot of relationship drama going on.
Yeah, it's not even February yet.
It's not. First of all, it's cuffing season. We shouldn't be falling out this soon.
Yeah.
It's cuddle season.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is an old drama that just continues to just keep on coming up. Mario, my baby, my boo, you know, my heart. And his estranged, no, I'm just playing. His baby mother. Look, the Baltimore had to come out with me. His baby mother.
Yeah, listen.
April Jones. For those who know, I'm a fanatic of Omarion.
Yeah.
So I watched his interview with Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked.
Yes.
And well, Omarion's been on a lot of interviews lately with different people. He went with Cam Newton. He's on the press run right now. He's trying to secure the bag.
Yeah.
So the interview with Jason Lee, you know, of course they talk about various different things, and of course, you know, because April was co-host with Jason Lee on his show or whatever. Mm-hmm. Of course, he feels more comfortable to bring it up in conversation. And so he basically asked Omarion about, you know, the situation. He had a little bit more insight. You know, he brought up the fact that April and Omarion had an app that they had to communicate through for the sake of their children and stuff like that, because it probably was just a very toxic situation.
Yeah. So
they had certain things in place to make sure they can co-parent. Mm-hmm. And basically said that April was making it hard for Omarion. Like, he basically put it on the spot and said she was doing little slick stuff on purpose. But even with him putting that information out there and basically giving Omarion the ammunition to just light her up, he still remained unbothered.
I think that's why she's being so petty, is because he is so unbothered by the situation. Like, I feel like women want a reaction. A lot of times we want a reaction. She's not getting she hasn't been getting the reaction.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, we want a reaction, but we especially want a reaction when we ain't getting one. Because now you getting on my nerves. Yeah. You're being smart on purpose.
Yes.
Look, now we got a point to prove.
Exactly. So doing all that, and listen, we talked about April and Tay Diggs as well on our, you know,
because
podcast.
Their son.
Yeah. Our podcast before, but I feel like that was all facade. I feel like she did that because she thought
that was gonna piss him off.
Listen, before that, probably messing with Little Fizz. She did that because she thought, and he remained unbothered through all of that. So like, sis, give it up.
The thing about it is, people need to just understand. Omarion is on his own separate journey.
Yes.
Look, and I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna go a step ahead of saying he's unbothered. This man stands on boundaries.
Listen, not even that.
That's what boundaries look like.
His personal development is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like, even when he speaks about the situation,
he's very eloquent.
Absolutely.
And very choicy about his words. He makes sure that he don't say nothing bad about this girl.
I just feel like that comes with personal development.
This is the thing. Now, I even though I love Omarion, I gotta play devil's advocate only because I have heard the theory from people that say because he's a Sagittarius, that he's probably unbothered to us, but he's probably a piece of crap to her. So it's just an image. And Jason Lee did say that Omarion was one of the most media trained people that he knows. So he could be well equipped to talk to more.
Yeah.
But that's my baby, and I'm going to stick by him. Now, I said all that to really say that after that interview, like, all I will say, I can comment on the interview, and that's it. That's all. All I can say is Omarion handled the situation well. I felt like he didn't say anything that I felt was hurtful, disrespectful. I felt like he was still true to his truth. But he made it clear, like, you know, we are good co-parents. We're in a better space now, whatever. Like, he took responsibility, I felt like, at certain parts. And so after the interview aired, April came out and was upset, heated. Oh, because give me my time to shine. Like, I need to be able to tell my side of the story and blah blah.
Well, ma'am, what is your side of the story?
Because at this point, I need to know, because you've had your opportunity over and over and over again. When you were with Fizz, you had the opportunity to speak out and say whatever it was that you needed to say about your baby father. But you have not said anything. You have a platform, sis. Yeah. So why do you need an invitation to Jason Lee's show?
Right.
Because now you're just trying to be relevant.
Yeah.
You're not with Tay Diggs no more.
Right.
Or allegedly, because, I mean, I haven't seen them together in a while.
They were posting all the time. You could not get on social media and not see them. So
like, you're quickly becoming irrelevant. Because, even, like, I hope, now I will say this, because I'm not going to wish on her downfall, though. She does have a couple movies that she's, acted in. But her more recent films, she acted in with freaking Tay Diggs. So I hope that
I've still never seen anything with her and Tay Diggs. And you had told me, but I still haven't seen it. And that is just odd. Not only are y'all dating and always on social media,
but that also just adds to your claim of it's a little fishy. Was you doing this for your career to revamp your image or whatever the case may be? Because let's be real, April, she smashed the homies.
Listen, that's
all of them, not just Fizz. She was in Pound Town, thugging with her rounds. I don't know if it's pink, but it's definitely brown.
Her booty holes are definitely brown. Listen, that's in. Because
I didn't like that girl for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember we had a conversation about her, and you had said like you didn't really care for her, and it's.
His mother didn't care for her. He was only on like 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
On that show, that was a huge part of that storyline, is her not getting along with his mother. Right. And Mama always know best.
Yeah.
So Mama wasn't feeling her from the start.
Yeah. I mean, all I can really remember from them being on Love and Hip Hop was that amazing moment when they had.
Yes. Now, if we have to give some props.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. That was a beautiful moment.
That honestly, I think that was the moment I was like, oh, I really want to have a home birth. It was very intimate. It was sensual. Mm-hmm. I feel like at some point it absolutely was some love between them. Yeah. But do I feel like she saw an opportunity to come up and she jumped on his train?
Absolutely.
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 And she jumped on several other trains too. But anyway.
I'm dead.
But anyway, in other trending news.
Yeah, in other trending news. So listen. I was, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling. Asians, which, no judgment, Asians are now on the trend of getting black hair. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about sticking a cap on it, pulling their little hairs out. I don't know what chemicals they're putting on it to give it that, what is it, like a cruddy? Didn't they call that in Baltimore? Mm-hmm. A cruddy top. It just does not look right. Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan with a cruddy top.
The whole process is ridiculous to me. Because I feel as though, well, no, I can't say that. As a black woman who sit in a chair for hours to get something done, I would be redundant to say. It's just a long, stupid process to me. Like, they literally take a whole bunch of little, like, nail type things or curlers or something and curl up all the hair and then tease it.
Why? My biggest thing when I was watching this, and I watched it back a couple times, I said, what would make them be like, oh, hey, yeah, I want some African American? Like, what was that conversation in that? At that moment,
I can't imagine that it was like very intentional like that. It more so would have been like, oh, I wish my hair had a little bit more texture, probably.
I hope it was that, because in my mind I'm playing it like they were sitting there trying to figure out.
Personally, I don't think I don't look at Asian people as vultures. If it was, doing it, that would be different.
Yeah,
because I would question their intentions if it were them. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the Asians ain't never had no problems with us. Listen, my homegirl, she hooked us up with egg roll for free.
That spring roll, sis,
and she got good. 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2. And
so I just feel like they are part of our community.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was any harm.
I hope not, because like you said, I ain't never had no problems with no Asians. Mm-hmm. They do the nails. And maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think they do the nails, they do the feet, they do the eyebrows. Mm-hmm. Listen, I ain't got no problem with no Asians. I don't know. It's a little weird.
It is definitely a little weird because it's because of how it's like becoming a trend now. That's what makes it weird to me. They're
starting to fall
But
in the
you know, they
category
say they had black people in Asia.
Blackanese. I feel like that's a made up term, but
Probably.
I feel like that was a made up term. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't sit right well with me. I felt like we needed to chat about it. I would love to know what y'all think about that. Like, that's just crazy to me. I just feel like it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We don't sit there and say, can I get my eyes chinked?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how they would feel.
Yeah. I mean, there has been people. Well, no. Because what I was thinking about, it was an Asian woman who actually changed her whole face to have Western features. So, yeah. So, listen, in this world, I just think that everybody want to be somebody else. It's just a matter of who it is that they want to be.
Let's start liking ourselves. How about that?
That part. That part. Well, I have to update another updating story that we talked about on this podcast. Was about Roblox. We went through a whole, I believe it might have been, I don't know if it was on a conspiracy talk or not, but we explained basically how they have these private rooms where they're inviting kids to basically trying to lure them outside of the app and make them do nasty stuff or whatever. So there has been a situation recently. And the reason why I'm telling you all this because I know a lot of the people that watch us are women who have children.
Okay.
And we live in a technology age and a lot of people leave their kids and say, here, Cocoa Melon, and just hand the phone and they be sitting there for hours and then, you know, these kids, they figure stuff out quickly.
Yes.
So watch your kids.
Yeah.
It was 11-year-old who met somebody through Roblox in New Jersey. Basically, he contacted this little girl, told her to meet him. The story goes that the mother works, so she works overnight, I believe. She wasn't home yet. The 11-year-old girl has a sibling who was there. The sibling remembers waking up, seeing this little girl like get herself together to like, you know, go to school, whatever. Like he was thinking she was going to school.
Mm-hmm.
But then he realized it was like a Saturday or something. Like school wasn't.
Yeah, she not going.
It was dumb early in the morning. It's 6:45 in the morning. And basically, he said that he recalls seeing her walk out the door and leave, and then went back to sleep, I guess, because it wasn't his time to wake up yet, or whatever the case may be. Well, come to find out, this man lured this girl to wherever, kidnapped her, drove her several states over, whatever. But she was found shortly after the situation. So it didn't go on very long. And that is not very much more information that has come out around this story, other than the fact that the little girl got kidnapped and lured away using Roblox. So,
sir, creepy man.
Yeah.
Creepy man.
Everything is tainted.
Yeah,
everything is tainted.
Super tainted.
I'm gonna switch up the flow because our conspiracy talk is a little deep.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's been deeply on my mind.
We gonna go ahead and give him his props.
Okay.
Who we giving their props to today?
Listen, Nick Jonas from
Now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
The Jonas Brothers. Listen, you know what I was gonna say? You know what I was gonna say?
What?
I was gonna say Nick Jonas from Backstreet Boys.
My God.
I'm like, and they would have been like Nick Jonas from the Backstreet Boys.
And I was not gonna help her figure that one out because the name is in the name.
Listen, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is, y'all. Y'all gonna have to excuse me, okay? Just excuse me. Okay? But Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers, sang his Jealous song, which is, I thought it was You're Too Sexy Beautiful, because I never know the name.
Too sexy beautiful.
Everybody else can say that's right. So he was singing this song with a church group.
Mm-hmm. A mass choir.
Yes.
A soulful choir.
On TikTok, and I literally, first of all, I watched it and it gave me chills because I'm like, listen to this nigga.
He done took us to church.
She
she done forgot he was a whole
Yeah. Like he was, listen, and I'm sure we're going to show you guys a clip of it, but he was so soulful. It gave me chills. I said, ooh, go ahead, boy. Go ahead. And I knew that group could sing, but not like that.
First of all, he was always, it's Joe Jonas, Nick Jonas, and Kevin Jonas. Kevin is the one that don't nobody really know about like that.
One of them married into a different culture.
Him.
Nick Jonas. He
married.
That makes sense.
Oh, I cannot think of her name, but she's famous too, and she's Indian. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So he married into money. Married money.
Well, there you go.
But what's his name? Joe Jonas was always my favorite in the beginning because I thought he was cute.
No, I can't remember who. Okay, just go ahead. What does he look like?
Carol, pull it up. Joe Jonas.
Cause I don't know.
Was always the one that I thought was the most handsome. That's the one I started off with. But once they disbanded and stopped being like the Jonas Brothers, and they started doing separate projects and things, and Nick started doing his own thing, I fell in love with that man. I quickly.
Okay.
Joe is the one in the middle. Kevin is the one on the right.
Okay.
And all I'm gonna say is he did not shine in the group with his brothers, but he absolutely used to shine bright.
I don't know. Listen, tell me if you agree with this or not. A lot of the groups from like Disney Channel and stuff like that, I have a hard time listening to them outside of Disney Channel, if you know what I mean. Like, they were brought up, I remember seeing them on Disney Channel.
I believe they had a show.
Yeah, so that's where I remember. The only person that I could possibly listen to is crazy ass Miley Cyrus.
And I know you're not lying because your shit is Party in the USA.
Listen, I like that song.
But Miley Cyrus, I think she changed the game because she got a lot of hits. Miley is my girl. I definitely understand where you're coming from as far as like it's kind of like a, can we take Disney Channel stars serious? Like that is that battle. But if we having that argument,
what are you about to say now? Come on.
Something about your hands on my body.
Listen, so never knew she came from Disney Channel.
A lot of people didn't.
Didn't know she came from Disney Channel. Just realized, because I just started watching this and love this show, y'all. Bel Air. She plays Hillary.
Yes.
In Bel Air. And I'm like, she looks familiar. Looked it up and realized it was Coco Jones.
Girl.
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, oh, look at her. Because she plays that part. That part.
Yeah, she definitely does. But, I mean, I don't know. I definitely understand where you're coming from because they were around the, like, High School Musical generation.
Yeah.
And it told a lot of being a little corny.
Yeah.
But Nick Jonas, like, I don't know. That was my boy. Once he really came out and like really spread his wings separately from his brothers, like he went in, because I know that's not my only song by him that I really like. I just think that people just slept on him. They just slept on him. People were sleeping, but that's why we're here to give him his props.
Definitely give you your props, Nick Jonas. Sorry that I forgot about what group he came from. My mind's a little fuzzy, but that if that song comes out on a CD or a single tape or whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna be playing that in my car. They're gonna be like, "What's she listening there, Nick Jonas?"
Listen, well, I'm gonna tell you that I was on my way to go get some blood work done the other day, and you know how sometimes you just be sitting at the light and you just sitting there and you start watching the person behind you in the car in the mirror. Girl, I promise you, this man, he was going in. He was back there like he was going. I said, "Sir, is you listening to Amigos?"
Listen, you're having a moment, sir.
I love it though. I love when our people watch and see people like that. So if y'all see Miss Beatty singing "Jealous," mind your business.
Please mind your business.
She going through something. She going with the flow.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Well, speaking of music and things that we've never realized, in the past, there's a popular song that a lot of black people in general I'm gonna say black people. I'm gonna go on a whim and say black people.
I'm okay with that statement.
Cause black people love this song.
Absolutely. When this song
Like this song might be the white people's Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum. That is that for us. Though.
It might
really
be.
is. You could play this at. This is gonna sound terrible. I have a terrible sense of humor, but you could play this song at a funeral, and people will be like, "Listen, you're going to."
She meant the repass, y'all. No, I'm just playing. But no, seriously.
Yes.
The song is Murder She Wrote. Murder She Wrote. Okay. That song comes on, it don't matter how whack the party is.
Listen.
It don't matter if you was falling asleep in the corner.
Listen.
You gonna get up and you gonna start winding. The only thing for certain that we know that they say in that song is, I know I said that girl Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine. We know Maxine.
We know Maxine.
Something across the floor, but I don't know if that's right either.
So the whole purpose of this segment is really just to tell the people what the meaning of this song is, because we go out and dirty wine. And never quite thought about what Murder She Wrote meant. He's literally singing about the girl committing abortions.
Murder She Wrote.
The whole song. Like, he literally talks about her bad character. Like, literally.
Whoever Maxine is, listen.
Bad character. In the daggone song, it literally has a line talking about she goes it says, now every middle of the year this girl go have abortion.
It gotta be the accent. Go to have abortion.
Look, it's no reason why that sounds like a jam. Because we probably heard abortion like
we was getting it. Yo, we are no way in shape laughing about abortion.
Yeah, we not.
We're laughing at how this song is
Yeah,
written.
because I just can't believe that there's so many songs out there that we ain't paying attention to the words and we just out here living our best life.
To it.
Like I'm just going to read this one verse. If y'all curious about what the lyrics say, because I'm not even about to butcher all of this.
Yeah.
But like, all right, one of these, verses. Your face is pretty, but your character dirty. Gal, you just act too flirty. You run the Tom, Dick, and also Harry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about you sorry. And now every middle of the year, this girl have abortion. Fight the coolie white man, Indian, no seeking an infant. I don't even know what that begins to mean. And just the other day, me see her 6 months pregnant. Now she walked past with a girl with other baby and pram. Do you heard about this girl? Her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses.
Hey,
And if I ever tell you about Maxine, you would say, I don't know what I know. Murder She Wrote. Murder She Wrote. Listen, it's gonna always be a bop.
it is.
But now you're more informed about this bop.
So honestly, after y'all watch this episode and y'all look up the lyrics, you're never gonna want to dance to it again.
You never gonna look at the song the same ever again.
Ever.
Every time you can be like, yo, did he just say abortion? Like you not
abortion is how
you gonna go to the
said.
DJ and be like, DJ,
Please turn this next song.
Cancel.
Yeah, cancel.
Well, just like that.
Is it time?
Because we haven't done it in a while.
We haven't.
So we gotta do it twice.
Okay. Double
it's
time
for conspiracy time. Conspiracy fingers. Conspiracy fingers.
We definitely haven't did that. What's going on?
My conspiracy fingers is rusty.
Listen, I'm doing a new conspiracy.
Now, this time around,
this is kind of heavy, y'all.
it's absolutely heavy, and I don't know that we've ever had a conspiracy talk that has been this deep.
Yeah, this heavy. I had to. I'm not even gonna lie. If I'm having a transparent moment here, in the beginning of this episode, I was a little rusty because I still had this on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a very, very heavy topic. So, go ahead, sis. What's going on?
So I guess the first thing I'm gonna start with, because I feel like I have to finesse and do this justice. Like, I gotta slow down and make sure y'all really get what I'm saying, because this is important.
Yes.
Like, normally conspiracy talks be like, you know, we've joked about the tinfoil hat community and like, ooh, like we, you know, that is it spooky or not? Like, no, this is real life, really happening. We all know the history of this country.
Yeah.
And the reason why conspiracies are so easy to believe is because there has been proven facts of conspiracies that date back in the day. You know, we got conspiracies when it comes to Dr. Martin Luther King being shot. We got conspiracies related to Malcolm X. So we know that our government is shady.
Yes, absolutely.
So the story I'm about to tell y'all happened in 2020, not 2020, Lord, 2013.
Yeah.
In 2013, that was 3 years after we graduated high school. So we were, I don't know, maybe 2021.
Yeah.
I remember hearing this story when we were children. And honestly, I didn't even realize how young we were.
Yeah.
When this story happened, because I didn't realize that so much time had went by. But this happened in 2013, the death of Kendrick Johnson. Kendrick Johnson, a lot of y'all will know, y'all may not know his name, but put his name on the list of everybody that died at, I don't want to say police brutality, but it's definitely along them lines.
Yeah.
But put him on a list of say his name, continue to say his name because this case is still relevant today. But this is the young man who they basically said that they found his body wrapped up in a mat in the high school gym. And then they later came out and said that they found out that his organs was missing and stuff like that. And I remember hearing this story back then and like thinking like, yo, that's bullshit. There's no way that he fell in no damn mat. Like, and honestly, that was like the last thought that I had. Like, it wasn't like I don't know. I just feel like we forgot about this story too fast.
Right.
And I don't feel like yes, George Floyd's story should, deserve the attention that it got as well.
Yeah.
But I believe that this deserves as much.
Yeah, it does.
Now, these are the facts, and this is why we're saying that it's a conspiracy. Kendrick was 5'10", they said. The mats were 6 feet tall. The story that they're trying to say is that Kendrick climbed up on top of these 6-foot mats and his shoe fell down in the inside of a mat. They said the opening, I want to say, is less than, 2 feet of an opening. He fell down in this thing trying to get this shoe, got stuck, and suffocated. That's the story that they're giving. Now, there is a documentary that Miss Beatty and I watched on Tubi dedicated directly to his story. I definitely encourage everybody to watch it because you really need to know the ins and outs of the story. But the reason why we said it's a conspiracy is because the suspects, the two guys that were suspected of killing him, their parent was an FBI agent.
At that point, it should have been guilty. Like, I just, from watching the little SERPs that I watched, guilty. And I feel like not only are they being disrespectful to the family of Kendrick, but to the intelligence as a whole, because how can you look at that mother in the face and say, case open, case closed, that's what it is?
Like, literally, they went in and automatically, off the rip, considered it an accident. That means at that point, no more investigation. So they literally went in with the intent to just open, close, move on. They didn't think nobody was going to question it. But the reality speaking is, the reason why this is such a conspiracy is because there's so much evidence that was there that they did not account for, that they didn't look at.
And they didn't find Kendrick the same day he went missing.
Mm-hmm.
They found him a couple of days after, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because they said that, I remember,
like probably like a day.
The smell and you know the mats that he was rolled up in, or they say allegedly he fell down in to get his shoe, are cheerleading mats. You don't climb up on top of a cheerleading mat. It doesn't have no, unless he physically pulled. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because
I was thinking about that.
And they were even saying like, why would he climb on top of it instead of just turning the mat over if that's what he, you know what I mean? Because anybody would have thought about that.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that, you know, the scene was tampered with. It was very clear that they didn't collect certain evidence. And the long story short of everything, because I don't want to tell y'all everything, but you know, it's definitely a lot of wrongdoing. The U.S. attorney that was overseeing the case, he steps down. You got people that's connected to the FBI agent who was their father, who recuse themselves and say, "Oh, conflict of interest, we can't try this case." You got all these dead enrolled. You got a coroner that says, "Oh, suffocation," but no proof of it, and tells the detective, "Oh, I have a theory." And he's even surprised. He's like, "What?" Like, everybody involved in this case was so like confused about how they got away with having so much things that are pointing to a murder, but they swept it up under the rug. And the thing about it is, when it was all said and done, first of all, I just want y'all to know, for context, I'm not going to give y'all a lot more, but context, they dug this man's body up 3 times to do an autopsy. His family got a separate autopsy done. And literally, the stuff that they found in this autopsy directly corroborates that it was murder.
This and we've spoke off camera about this. This is just sounding too much like a repeat of Emmett Till.
Yeah, for sure. It's absolutely the modern day Emmett Till story.
Like, from how he even looked once he was deceased, almost gives you like a creepy feeling, because
It's it's like history repeats.
Literally, like, anybody that, if you aren't familiar with the story and you go to like look it up, just be in the right mindset for it, because it can be very triggering. It can be very triggering.
It is very triggering because it shows you the thing. I think the biggest takeaway from this case for me is, we've always said, well, what happened to the KKK? Yeah, they disbanded. They don't wear hoods no more.
Right.
But that goes to show you that the people that were in these secret groups are our law enforcement, are our doctors, and they just in regular life, and we don't know who they are. We're not able to identify them. And so this case is so important because to this day, his family, his parents are still fighting for justice for him. October of this year, they went back to the judge, and they basically were trying to, give me a second so I can get the
facts right.
So basically, they wanted to have the sheriff's office and the GBI pay a $500 million each in default judgments over their latest lawsuit in the 2013 death of their son, Kendrick Johnson. So basically, the police department got served, but they're trying to claim that they never got served, and that's why the judge threw this out. So basically, any turn that they go to, they just throwing everything out, throwing out. But I really think that we need to continue to talk about this particular situation, because it's just so sickening. It's sickening. It lets you know how deep their power goes in order to cover things up like this, because they basically fighting for their own. Yeah. We don't stand a chance against their own.
At all. It's so scary and so sad, and I have a lot of friends that have sons, and I couldn't imagine you know what I mean, is happening to one of their sons, and the feeling, I just can't fathom. It just makes me really, really upset, and makes me upset. Makes me a little bit emotional too.
Yeah, I think the thing that, like, one of the other things that, make me upset is the fact that, this young man's life was taken before he even had a chance to graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
And the persons who are suspected to have killed him,
living life.
They're living their best life on a D1 scholarship, playing football in a D1 school, whatever. And this man's life was taken without any regard.
And we all know, we don't need to say it, but if it was the opposite way around, he would have been locked up
under the jail.
That
3
minute.
Life sentences.
Yeah, put him away.
So
it's crazy.
Conspiracy. We don't get the not put today.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even going to say.
Because it's definitely a conspiracy.
Yeah, definitely wasn't going to say no.
But please go watch the documentary. It's on Tubi. It's called Finding Kendrick Johnson. It's narrated by Jennifer Lewis. We all know Jennifer Lewis. She played everybody's mom on every day one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that she was an amazing person to narrate the story and bring attention to it. Since the case has been picked up, popularity with celebrities who are from Atlanta. So I hope that they continue to move forward to some type of justice for him, because I feel like his soul needs to rest at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely commend his mother for being as strong as she is, because the Emmett Till story definitely hits a soft spot in my heart. I will never forget that young boy's face.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget the fact that this woman was on her deathbed and still got the last hoorah by telling them, yeah, I lied about it. And then nothing was done.
Right.
Her old ass should have went to jail.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it really touched my heart. I feel like we have to continue to fight as a people for justice, because stuff like this should not be happening.
Mm-mm.
It should not be happening. So his mother is a strong woman for fighting for her son.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I wish I could do more. To be honest, I wish I could do more in this situation, because I was a part. I'm having a little soft moment, because I was a part of the protest for George Floyd when he passed away.
Okay.
And that was my first time actually being in the, I don't want to say the trenches, but being in the mud with everybody else, on foot, protesting for his death. Mm-hmm. And so that was the first time that I really took a stand for something that was important to me. Mm-hmm. And I really feel we need to be out in the streets the same way we was for him.
Yeah,
for Kendrick Johnson.
Absolutely.
The same way, because not only did they get away for George Floyd, but doing that on the camera, the proof was there. They literally told this woman, yeah, we know he was murdered, but we can't prove it, type shit.
Which is not good enough. That is not good enough.
We can't prove who did it.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
And then you go as far as looking at the FBI records of the video. They submitted a video that was redacted, basically heavily edited. They edited out so much stuff out of the video.
Yeah, which was insane.
It took a independent filmmaker, not even somebody who had interest in this case, but an independent filmmaker, to go through every last frame and really pinpoint that they actually saw each other
that day.
It's so many pieces.
Yeah.
I encourage y'all to go watch this documentary.
Absolutely.
Because the proof is there, and we need justice for Kendrick Johnson.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a topic. We don't want to just,
end with that.
Yeah, we don't want to just end with that. We wanna give y'all, I guess, some other information to chew on.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about,
I feel like we always talk a lot about boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something in this new day and age that is not respected as much as it should be.
I don't know if it's not respected, more so than we're just not aware. We have none. We have none.
Respected, have none.
I think boundaries just not popular with anybody, to be honest, in the black community. We don't know boundaries. Your mother, this my house.
Yeah, doors taken off the room. As I sip my tea.
Listen, she gonna get me in trouble. Ma, I don't got nothing to do with it. But yes, we don't learn a lot about boundaries in a black household. I don't know if the locals do either, but
I feel like they give too much boundary.
yeah, they definitely don't know boundaries because they be real close in conversation.
Honey.
But we listen.
Yeah, we're not gonna
we digress. But I think that at our big age of 31, and that hasn't been a theme for myself this year, is learning how to create boundaries. And like, you know, we had a conversation prior to like filming, and you know, I was kind of coaching you on how to be better with your boundaries.
Yeah.
And I feel like boundaries and standards are interchangeable.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. If you have boundaries, you have standards. If you have boundaries, you have standards.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to start looking at like creating standards for ourselves. Teaching people how to treat us.
Yeah.
Teaching people what not to do to us, what not to say to us.
Yeah. Yeah, just all of it. And it you know, I do, when we were talking, I do struggle with giving people boundaries in my life. Like, I really do. Like, because I always think, I'm like, you know, I want to show up for like everybody. I want to show up for everybody, or I want to, you know, make sure I'm keeping my promises. But like you said, you can't do everything. You can't spread yourself thin. Like, you have to tell people no.
I feel that, you know, the people who struggle with boundaries the most are those who grew up not having their boundaries respected the most. And because, you know, people didn't show up for us in a certain type of way, and so we overcompensate. And so I think that's the most important thing to know about boundaries is, you know, we have a tendency of thinking people have the same heart as us. Yeah. And so because we want to give, it's a part of us that didn't get.
Yeah.
And so we lack the ability to have boundaries because a part of us low key is looking for some type of, you know, validation.
Yeah.
And when those people don't give us that, it hurts us really bad. And so, you know, boundaries are also discerning how much of yourself to give to a situation.
Right.
You know, like boundaries are important. Like, and it's on one of my little stickies on the refrigerator. Hold on, let me reference it because I want to say it exactly how it is. You have to be aware of when your cup is running over because straws don't. You have to be aware of when your cup is running over because straws don't. And I think that's like the perfect analogy because a straw going suck.
Yeah, take. And I mean, bleed you dry. Bleed you dry.
Yep.
And man, I like that.
Listen, my whole refrigerator inspiration.
I like that a lot. You know, with the holiday, you know, Thanksgiving just passed and Christmas coming, you know what I mean? I got to have a really, really good Thanksgiving, you know what I mean? I got to spend it with my family, whether it was good conversation, bad conversation, funny conversation, whatever, you know what I mean? And it just makes you appreciate and look around you. And I had this aha moment like, man, like, everybody is getting older around me. We are getting older, you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, I love my family and it's just crazy. I don't know. I just had like an aha moment. When it comes to boundaries, I'm just like, you know, I feel like sometimes, love you, Mom. Love you, and you'll probably watch this. But, you know, I have to have boundaries with her. Because that is somebody that I aim to please. I want to make her happy. I don't ever want her to be mad at me. And as much as it sounds a little tedious or a little childish, I haven't outgrown that yet.
But it doesn't. First of all, I wish anybody watching this would judge you for what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody, I don't give a damn if you 65 and your mother is 90.
Yeah.
Everybody is a child to their parent.
Mm-hmm.
Parents have a hard time with treating their kids like adults. And even if they do see you as an adult, it's still a part of them that's like, but you're my child, like you're my kid, you're mine.
Yeah, you came from me.
And like it's always hard. I think boundaries are the hardest to enforce when it does involve a parent.
Yeah. Because
of parents feeling that entitlement to you, your time, your this, your that.
Yeah.
They feel like they can tell you to do whatever. You're supposed to just be like, how high? Jump, how high?
Yeah. Pretty much.
And I actually, transparency moment. Sorry, Mom. Hopefully not. But, there was a situation where I had to kind of create boundaries with my mother as well. Because, she, and I remember her, I'm not even going to tell the whole story, but there was a statement that she made. Well, just start telling people no. And I said, well, everybody want to tell somebody no until they the one that got to hear it, huh?
Yeah, because people don't
but
like
I'm your mother.
Right.
But I still need to have boundaries, though.
Yeah.
Because you're still a part of the people who are adding to certain circumstances. If I gotta be able to tell everybody no. I can't be picking choosy, because now at this point, what if my dad say the same thing?
Right.
Now at this point, what if my sister say, oh, because I'm your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm your grandmother. Okay. Yeah. That's a long line of people.
Absolutely.
If we judging it like that. So, boundaries deserve to be respected.
Absolutely.
They're hard for people to respect, but I think that our generation specifically are working to create boundaries because we're in a generation of protect my peace.
Yeah.
Because we're also in a generation of people who are like really head on facing childhood traumas and just traumas in general. And we're actually trying to heal from those things. And so a part of our healing process is creating those boundaries.
Absolutely.
And so, we apologize to the generation above us that maybe your parents didn't, value yours or respect yours, but it's time for us to like try something new.
Yeah. Try to create those boundaries. And it, something that I had to learning boundaries is with friends. Sometimes when you create boundaries like that, you lose friends, even when they've been in your life for a very long time. And I like how you said we're in this day and era where we like to protect our peace, because sometimes friends don't serve that peace. They don't give you that comfortable feeling anymore. You don't feel like you can be connected with them. And that's a real life thing. People gloat on having friends for a long time, but don't talk about the fallouts.
Right, because realistically, people have friends for 15, 20, 27, but are you really giving your friendship the energy? Are you really being vulnerable with your friend and telling them, oh, I don't like when you do X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
Or what, like, you have affected me when you said whatever. Like, they are relationships too.
Yes.
And so realistically, if you're not putting the work into a 15-year relationship, there will be a day that you look up and be like,
dang, yes.
Who are you? Like, we are not the same.
Exactly. I don't even know who you are anymore, which, man.
Yeah, I think, it's for boundaries, everybody deserves to have boundaries. And you shouldn't feel bad about them.
No.
At all. If you felt a certain type of way and you decided to do something different to make sure that you never feel that way again, or you decide to limit a certain person's access to you because they make you feel that way, so be it.
Yeah.
You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be treated the way that you expect to be treated, especially from somebody who says they love you.
Yes.
You deserve to have whatever standard, whatever boundary, whatever picture of your life. You deserve to have that. And so if people can't accept your boundaries, sorry, not sorry.
I gotta go.
It's one of those attitudes. Because you gotta think about it. It's always the hardest with our family, but at the same time, our family is gonna always be our family.
Yes.
And so it's just something that has to be done.
Yes.
They're gonna always be your family. They're always gonna be your mom. They're always gonna be your dad. They're always gonna be your sister. They may have a problem with you standing your ground
but
at that moment.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they will respect you because one of the things that I said to you off of camera was, we feel a way because we want to show up for these people. We want to have a high level of integrity and say, well, I said yes, so I'm going to do it. We want to, hold ourselves accountable. But the thing about it is, we get so like thinking like, oh, because if I say no, their whole world gonna crash down.
Yeah.
But literally, we said no, they're gonna be mad for like 5 seconds. But literally, their life is still gonna go on.
It's still gonna go on, absolutely.
Without you. Like, they will be fine. So, for those struggling with boundaries, we encourage you to, work on that and get better at that in 2024. We definitely support this message and say that it will bring you peace.
Yes.
It's not easy.
No.
But it's possible.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was a long overdue episode.
Absolutely.
Because the sisters, listen, we've been holding our tongue. We've been talking still. But we ain't just been telling y'all what's been on our mind lately. So we just had a lot to share with y'all. We still got a lot more to share with y'all. Because Mr. Diddy, Flavor Camp.
Diddy.
The Flavor Camp is going up in fire.
Listen, Diddy is going down.
Quickly.
Fast.
Quickly. But we're going to save that one for the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode and you want to, tune in to see what we got to say about Mr. Diddy next week, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share this episode.
And comment. Don't forget to comment.
Yeah, comment, y'all. We've been getting a little bit more comments.
Yeah,
but definitely continue to comment. And if y'all see a clip on Instagram that's short and obscure and don't hit the whole point, watch the episode to get the context of what was going on before you start commenting and saying some crazy stuff.
And you don't even know what's going on? Okay.
But anyway, thanks for tuning into this episode. I'm Gold Chain Diva. This is my sister,
Miss Didi, and y'all already know that's with a Z.
Yep, and we're just two sisters with a lot to talk about, and we always
got a lot to talk about, y'all. Y'all know
so
that.
Follow me on social media at goldchain__diva, and you can follow my sis,
Miss BD MZ_BD, and that's on all platforms, y'all.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and come back to see us another episode next Monday at 8 p.m.
See y'all.
Goodbye.